Welcome. In this video, we will analyze whether Zbcn coin can skyrocket. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and please watch to the end to understand. When we analyze the chart in detail, we can clearly see that the price has been moving in a downward trend for a certain period. This downtrend indicates that the market is seller-dominated, and investors have been pushing the price to lower levels. Throughout this period, the price has followed a specific descending trend line, consistently forming lower highs and lower lows. However, we have now reached a critical point, as the price has approached this descending trend line once again. Typically, such touches are significant signals that the market may be about to change direction. If the price reacts strongly after touching this trend line and breaks upward, it could be a key sign that the downtrend is coming to an end, and the market is preparing to enter an uptrend. In technical analysis, touches on a descending trend line hold great importance. These levels often act as strong resistance, and when the price approaches these levels, it either faces a downward rejection or breaks the trend with strong buying pressure. If this trend line is broken upward, it will be a significant signal that market psychology has shifted and that sellers are losing their strength. At this point, we can say that it is important to watch carefully how the price reacts as it approaches this trend line once again. If the price succeeds in breaking this trend line, we may witness the start of a new uptrend. In such a scenario, the price is expected to move upward, surpassing previous levels where it faced selling pressure. Breaking a descending trend line is generally considered a strong signal that the market is changing direction. However, the most important factor to pay attention to here is whether the breakout occurs with volume. If the price breaks the trend line with strong volume, it could indicate that the uptrend is built on a solid foundation and that the market may enter a new wave of upward movement. At this point, it's crucial to pay attention to candle closes, volume indicators, and momentum indicators. If you plan to enter a position, you should wait for the breakout. According to Elliott wave theory, the price action has now completed the first and second waves, and the next phase is the third wave. This third wave is typically considered the strongest and longest wave, as it often marks the point where strong buying or selling movements begin. The first two waves generally serve to prepare the market and establish a direction, while the third wave typically gains significant momentum and moves towards new price levels. Therefore, when the third wave begins, it is likely that the market will accelerate, leading to a strong upward movement. When we evaluate the current situation in more detail, we observe that the target for the third wave should move towards the levels marked by the yellow and green lines at a minimum. These levels may represent Fibonacci retracement levels or critical levels derived from previous price movements. Reaching these targets indicates strong momentum in the market and shows that buyers are gaining dominance. Towards the end of the second wave, the market experienced a consolidation phase, and investors became more cautious at that point. However, with the start of the third wave, it is expected that price movements will accelerate and momentum will increase. During this period, the rapid movement towards certain targets represents a significant opportunity for investors. This is because the third wave typically holds the potential for substantial gains. It can be anticipated that this movement will be strongly upward, and there will likely be strong demand from buyers in the market. The strength of the third wave will determine the overall market trend and cause the price to quickly move towards the set targets. Additionally, the third wave often serves as a starting point for the trend to become more apparent. When this wave begins, buyers enter the market strongly, creating more positive momentum in the market. This situation not only facilitates the price's movement towards its targets, but also increases the likelihood of reaching longer-term targets. Such a move in the market can build more confidence for investors and help stabilize the market. When the third wave begins, the dynamics of price movement change, which typically signals the continuation of a strong upward trend. As the price reaches certain levels, buyers will continue to show more interest, ensuring the sustainability of the upward movement. If, during the third wave, the price moves rapidly upwards and heads towards the set targets, it would indicate a strong long-term growth trend in the market. This trend may continue for some time. We must be patient for the completion of the second wave. When we take a deeper look at the rising trend in the RSI indicator, we can say that it provides us with crucial insights about market dynamics. This trend shows that the RSI is consistently making higher peaks, suggesting that it has surpassed a specific resistance level. This indicates that buyers are still active, and there is strong demand in the market, which implies that the trend has the potential to continue for a longer period. Particularly, the recent touches of the RSI on this rising trend line, followed by a bounce, show that there has been no weakening in the market. On the contrary, this movement indicates that buyers still hold strong dominance in the market and believe that the current price levels are still attractive. This situation can generate optimism among many investors and set the stage for the market to strengthen further in the short term. Additionally, the response from the RSI off this rising trend line is technically very meaningful. A strong reaction at such a critical resistance level typically signals the potential for a new upward wave. This could indicate an increase in buying pressure and a period where the market accelerates its upward movement. If the RSI can sustain this trend and gain further upward momentum, it is likely that prices will also rise in parallel with this movement. There is always a balance between buyers and sellers in the market, and the RSI shifting this balance in favor of buyers reflects the overall strength of the market. The RSI's upward movement from this level can be interpreted as a sign that buyers still have confidence in the market and that the upward trend will continue. Furthermore, the positive momentum displayed by the RSI increases the likelihood of this upward movement continuing not just in the short term, but also in the longer term. Going forward, if the RSI continues its rising trend, it could help prices reach higher levels by following the same momentum. Additionally, this indicates that confidence in the market is growing and investors are becoming more willing to buy. As long as the RSI does not lose this rising trend, the price will likely continue to rise. The Vortex indicator is an important tool to consider, especially for short-term trading. It is commonly used to identify buying and selling pressure, and the position of the blue and red lines gives traders crucial clues about the direction of the market. Currently, the blue line is on top, indicating that buying power is dominant in the market and the likelihood of a strong upward move is increasing. If the blue line continues to rise and move further upwards, a significant price increase can be expected. An increase in the blue line shows that buyers are gaining strength and there is more demand in the market. This is generally a positive signal for short-term traders, as the blue line remaining at higher levels indicates that prices are likely to rise quickly. A rising blue line is a strong indicator that price movements will continue and that the market's strength is increasing. Such a development allows traders to take advantage of the overall optimism in the market. The rise in the blue line on the Vortex indicator also means there is strong buying pressure in the market. This could cause prices to move quickly upwards. Since the blue line shows that buying power is increasing and buyers are dominating the market, traders can adjust their positions based on this signal. If the blue line continues to move upwards, this could indicate that buyers will become even more dominant and new highs could be seen in the market. Moreover, if the blue line stays at these levels, it shows that the buying trend is continuing healthily and that buyers are still strongly dominating the market. This situation on the Vortex indicator could create a strong opportunity for buyers to take advantage of future price increases. A market dominated by buyers typically signals a more stable upward movement, which increases the likelihood of consistent gains for traders. If the blue line continues to rise, it will create very strong momentum in the market. As long as the blue line remains on top, the rising trend will dominate. Yes, friends, I hope you liked the video. If you subscribe to my channel and like the video, more videos will be coming. Be careful in your investments, analyze the risks correctly, and always take strategic steps. I will be with you with different analyses, investment opportunities, and technical information in my videos. I wish you all a lot of profit. See you soon.